It's also hard to be really angry at Cheryl. She's fucking dying. So,
Yeah. It's not really her fault.
well, her manipulations were entirely her fault when it comes to the love scenario. I mean, not the dying part. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with another episode of Macross Frontier. First off though, we have a comment from RPGX Omega from Macross 7, episode Merry-Go-Round. I think this is still some more questionable writing. There should be no doubt from Eileen for not shooting at the enemy. Even Docker had to do it before she did, since she knows the reason they wasn't going to let her on Sound Force, and episodes before that where she joined in Basara singing. Unless where Mylene is half Zentradi, it causes her to lose focus and excites her to want to do the unreasonable thing, which could be shooting even though knowing not to. Before that, she was just trying to sync B leads on the stage, which is what they always do. Even Ray said Basara overextended. The only thing I can think of, only he can fire pods. Hers seems more of a rifle instead of a pod launcher, and they are all synced to those pods somehow. Still, Basara being as he is, telling her to go play around, was insulting as usual. She might as well have fired anyway for the reaction she got.
Agree, I guess.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Well, except for that middle part.
Yeah. I mean, I think we were discussing at the time that, yeah, she's kind of like, hey, these guys are killing people. We have to stop them, right? And it was like, no, you don't understand. And he never explains, by the way.
I mean, more so the element that I get from the comment is that they agree that Mylene shouldn't be firing unless the effect it's having on her for being half Zentradi. But I don't think we discussed all that much. No. The element of maybe Mylene is acting away because she's being affected by the thing. Whatever, I don't know if you named it.
Yeah, but that was Shibble.
Well, technically, it was
all the evil, not the evil, the
Proto-Devlin.
Proto-Devlin, yeah. Okay. I have to go back to that one episode because I remember the episodes because that's literally they go on a merry-go-round. But that was probably the best part of that episode.
Well, I mean, also they have a song called Merry-Go-Round.
Mm-hmm. So there's that. Back when, there was hope for this guy, but not anymore.
One of them, well, once again, remember, he does come back. Did you see that crossover?
Which crossover?
The one we haven't gotten to yet. I'm asking you if you've seen it before.
No, I haven't seen that.
Have you seen any of the movies?
The Macross 7 movies, aside from the ones you told me? No.
Macross Frontier. I'm asking about forwards.
Oh, yeah, I've seen 2 movies, yeah. Well, it's one movie with 2 parts, so it's 2 movies, right?
Well, technically there's 3 movies and an OVA.
Yeah, but no, I haven't seen the one that is Macross 7, Macross. I forgot the title of it, but no. That one I haven't seen.
All right. Well, we've got the board, of course. Since people have died, things have changed.
Yeah.
And we did introduce at least one new character. Seeing as you're not on the board yet, but you did look up and not too late. I was going to try and quiz you before you got here, but it becomes all too obvious when you're on the board who the new character is. All too obvious, I said. Sorry. For the audience, I say it's all too obvious, and I can see your head doing this as though you're scanning. It's like all too obvious.
I mean, aside from Eddie and the kid, because we're always seeing I.
It's a new drama comedy on ABC. Eddie and the Kid.
Eddie and the Kid, yeah.
Well, ironically, though, you're wrong. Eddie is the kid.
Oh, yeah. Eddie Bernstein, yeah. It's his father and... Well, that's husband of... What's her name?
No, once again, you're wrong. Eddie is the kid's name.
Yeah, but
we don't have any idea. The picture... Unfortunately, the kid never leaves his father's arms, so... unfortunately, I can't... No choice but to...
The kid is Canaria's son.
We can call him Eddie because it's his name.
Yeah.
It's not Eddie and the Kid. Eddie is the kid.
Yeah.
That's the trick. You learn that in season 2 of Eddie and the Kid.
I mean, you can't say I is a new character because we know I has been around for a long time.
I didn't say I was the new character.
Mm.
You know, Eddie only shows up last episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why he's a new character.
Okay.
Well, you seem to still be looking for a new character, even though you named Eddie right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
I figure the thing that's showing that's a new character is the fact I had to make a whole fucking new row for just them.
Yeah. So that's it. I know. I didn't remember that Canary had a son
Literally looks at a picture on her dashboard.
in the same episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't remember because it didn't come up sooner.
Nothing else?
Nothing else.
Not to mention the dead people now, or the new villainous lines attaching them to other people.
I mean, we know Leon, we've been a villain for a while.
Also got rid of the purple lines on Leon, literally cancels the wedding, and then she says, "Nuh-uh, I cancel it first."
Yeah. It's really not a lot more.
Or how his green line to the president turns red because he literally has him killed. You're like, nah, there's nothing changed here. This is how I'm going to introduce you to the fact you're fired one day by a board. Hey, Russell, look at the board. You notice anything different? We don't have a line connecting us anymore. Yeah, wonder what that means.
I mean, it's just it feels it happens. It feels so long ago, and like, oh, we already covered this part. I didn't realize it was like in the last 3 episodes that we did. So.
That's the thing is about watching 3 episodes at a time is we're not doing the one a week sort of thing. So it's bunches. They're package deals.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that happened so long ago. Of course. Yeah, nothing's changed.
Yeah, nothing changed. Not like I had to turn the green line from Clan Killan to Michael purple.
The last minute.
Like that
second.
relationship didn't change.
Well, it did now because he's dead.
Yeah, that's also a change you didn't mention either. That one of the 3 main pilot guys is dead.
Poor Michael. Actually, Michelle? They call him Michelle, yeah.
I call him Michael.
Poor Clan. Like, she finally got him to admit that, yeah, he was in love. Actually, he admitted he was a coward. Like,
no, he admitted that he loved her.
Yeah, no, but the way he did it was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I was a coward. I should have told you how it felt. And
well, no,
bam.
He literally says before that I don't want to open myself up to that if I'm afraid of dying or losing somebody. Because literally, I'm in a high pressure position where I'm a fighter pilot. I could die any moment, or people that I know could die any moment, and I don't want to risk that. And then flash back to every time he's flirted with anybody throughout the series.
Mm-hmm. And he dies. And to seal the deal, not only did he get stabbed, he gets also sucked into space.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's more so that the self-sealing thing
cut them off, yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise, Renka did that before and also saved her because he got her before the thing sealed up behind them.
Yeah. He's deader than Disco.
Disco's not dead, though.
Should be.
Why? Disco's a fine genre.
Never liked it.
Yeah, no, you prefer electronica.
Which has a lot to do crossover with disco for people who are like, what about this? Is yes, I know.
So my mind wanders to what was the name of the movie? The comedy superhero movie. Janine Garofalo, forgetting Pee Wee Herman's real name. Paul Rubens.
Oh, Rubens. What? Oh, yeah.
Mystery Men.
Mystery Men. Her superpower is that she has her father's head in a
bowling ball. But no, it's the one of the groups of the villains. Lackeys is the Disco Boys or whatever they are. Yeah, Disco's not dead. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, of course, I've got notes, and of course, you don't have any on this show because you've seen it all and yet forgot things. So. I would argue that notes would still help you out. I'm pretty sure the implication is that another Vajra was communicating with Renka in her sleep. I mean, the show could be showing us that Renka was dreaming about being lonely, but that's not something the show has ever done before. Show us dreams, I mean. And we are pretty far in to be having to introduce us to that concept now. Something we have been introduced to plenty of times, though, is this whole interconnected network of gems that are linked together that allows communication at a distance, and the creatures that have them are the Vajra. Renka is basically part Vajra, I guess, due to experiments done to her on the 117th Fleet, so it makes the most sense that this is what's happening. She tells the Vajra she's lonely, Ai runs off and transforms, and 2 episodes later, she's leaving. Also, before Ai transformed, its midsection glowed. I have been pointing out that Renka's midsection has glowed since the first few episodes, indicating to me that Renka is on the verge of some sort of transformation.
I mean, yes. But remember, also, but the one thing we have seen is that she does have flashbacks of the past as well. They're not technical dreams or memories of the past. So that scene
Your
could have been
memories don't
just her.
tend to talk back to you, though.
Well, if you remember somebody talking in your memories, maybe.
She's literally saying something now, though. I am lonely, and she's crying in her sleep. It's not a memory. They're talking to her.
I mean, it could all be all linked. And we know that she already had a
You know what's
contact
linked
with.
to? The Vajra, because she's talking to them.
As I was saying, he already had contact with the Vajra Queen, so there's that.
You mean her mom?
No.
Please, say it more like Palpatine for me. No.
Yeah, no. So there's that. So yeah, I mean, it could certainly possibly be that, and that also probably is what triggered Ai's transformation, because she seems to be now be able to talk to him or it, like she understands him in a way that she couldn't do before. So yeah,
Not really. It's not talking to her. Her conversations with Ai are, "Where did you go? You've gotten big. He's new. He couldn't have killed anybody when everybody else was being attacked." There's no back and forth communication between her and Ai.
no, but she recognizes that Ai is also lonely as well. Like she says, he wants to go back, and she says, "I
She
need to
says,
go
"I
back
want
with
to
him."
take him back to where all his friends are."
Yeah,
She didn't say anything about its mental state or what it told her. She just says, "I want to take it back." The mini Dimension Eater bullets are just the byproduct of whatever mystery Ron Shi and Dr. Mao couldn't solve. We know what the Dimension Eater was capable of, but I don't know what the byproduct of could come from researching Vajra corpses that would relate to that technology.
Yeah, what can I say? I think it basically is the hyperdense bullets. Like it's the equivalent of depleted uranium. So they use the dimensional pressures to create a bullet that it's far. Also, probably because they're super dimensional.
You're going in a different direction than what I'm indicating.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that what you're describing, is the thing that I understand. I'm saying I don't know what they're saying that's the byproduct of their research. I'm saying I don't know what they're researching, that they're creating this as a byproduct. Because they're researching Vajra corpses and making, what did I say, caster shells from Outlaw Star? Yeah. So what are they researching from the Vajra corpses that this is the byproduct? It's not a question for you. I'm just throwing it out there. We all know that you know. Or we all know that you're playing the game that I've played many a time with a show I've watched with somebody who hasn't seen it before, which is to say, pretend that I know and then look like a genius at the end.
A little bit of column A,
I've gotten that in the comments before. Oh, Theta's playing a game here. We can see he knows. I don't fucking remember a goddamn thing. I am playing this like a mastermind.
Yeah, a little column A and a lot of column B.
Near the end of episode 19, they toss down a paper version of the plan to assassinate President Glass on Leon's desk. It's extremely blurry, but just like most other text documents of the show, it's a copy and paste of something else. The bottom of the paper is talking about copyright law, while the top is defining terms for software usage.
So it's in a software use agreement, basically.
Well, the problem is I couldn't remember the previous copy and paste the show was used for what program. I can't remember.
I think it was Adobe. It was
Yeah,
one
the
of the
thing about
Adobe.
it is that the Adobe copy and paste have been like defining terms for different segments of the software abilities, and I
Mhm.
couldn't remember the name of those, and they were extremely blurry on that
Yeah.
one, so I couldn't figure it out. So I just pointing out this used to be a longer note where
Mhm.
I was looking at it and it's like, okay, there's an image on here next to the president's head, and it's like, okay, it's a circle with two outward things. That's clearly the school where he does end up getting shot, or he was going to get shot at. And it's like, there's this line here, and that's clearly the line to the target. The fucking sniper is literally just in the parking lot. It's like he's not that far away from his target, and that's like fucking stupid. And I had written all this out based on just that image, and then forgot. Oh yeah, like an episode from now, we're literally going to see he's just literally just outside the school. It's super dumb just how close they put the sniper to his target.
Yeah.
Because of the joke I had written in the previous one, it's basically a Franz Ferdinand. He could have just walked up to the president and shot him in the head for as close as he was trying to be.
Yeah.
Why the hell would you come to a Renka concert dressed up as a Vajra? Like, what the fuck, man?
All people wearing different costumes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's like famously when I go to a Bernie Sanders rally dressed up as a Nazi because I'm just dressing up as a costume, man. What?
And
I guess
I
technically it would
have.
be a neo-Nazi in this respect because
Yeah.
literally they just were attacked by the Vajra recently.
Yeah.
So you gotta dress up as somebody in the recent history.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna try to explain that one. Yeah.
Because there's no explanation. That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't try. Go ahead, defend the skinhead that showed up to the Jewish memorial ceremony. Like, well, I guess he wasn't like doing anything. He just looked like a skinhead. Like what? It's weird. Why are you dressing up as a Vajra at all? Literally, there's got to be people mourning here. They're like coming to the concert to escape the fact that loved ones have died to the Vajra attacks, and you're like,
Yeah.
I made it out of paper mache. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
How much did Michael know of what Luca's been up to? He said not to act behind their backs and winks at Luca.
Did he see? I think one of the characters saw Luca in the limousine passing by,
Getting in the limo, yeah.
getting in the
That was
limo.
Michael. He was there with
Yeah.
Clan.
Yeah. So how much of that he deduced that something else was going on?
He never tells us about it before he dies. He just tells that to Luca, and then Luca like
Yeah.
blushes and
Well, I think he knows. Well, he knows about his family, and he knows that SMS tests weapons, not only the the Valkyries, the mechs, but also other types of weapons. So was he saying, "Hey, be careful what you're sending us our way"? Might be a bit too dangerous for us, or something like that.
the alternate read that I was going to take, or not take, because obviously I didn't write it down as my main thought, was that the conversation leading up to that was all about love and romance. So that he might have just been like ribbing Luca about what's her name.
Nana-chan, yeah.
Yeah. But as we already mentioned, he's seen him getting into a limo. So how much did Michael know? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter anymore.
No,
Unless they Barrera him, which doesn't
yeah.
seem impossible.
And that's it. Chan. Yeah, I'll
I
say that.
100% don't blame Marinka for getting emotional. She's been trying to get affirmation from Alto the entire show, and here he is skywriting her name in the air with a heart and an arrow through it. Extremely easy to misread those signs and feel the rush of all of your dreams coming true, only to walk in on the exact opposite thing. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah. Ranka is very much the Wooby of this whole situation.
The
She
what?
just gets Wooby. I'm going to link to it. It's a TV trope thing. TV tropes. Wooby. The Wooby. Wooby is a name for any type of character that makes you feel extremely sorry for them. Basically, the first thing you think when you say the Wooby is, "Oh, poor baby." They did this as a verb, right? Whoopification of a character is a curious audience-driven phenomenon, sometimes divorced from the character's canonical morality. So yeah, but I'm going to give you an insight on how the fans feel. Ranka is very
Wait. Hold that thought. I'm not done with Ranka notes yet, and I've got a different, more direct, or not more direct. I've got another Ranka thought about that I feel like your breakdown of why the fans thought Ranka would be better for that one. You know,
Okay.
actually, I'll just skip. It's like one of my last thoughts. I'll do that, and then you can. I'll say this: unlike SDF, Macross's love triangle, Frontier has a clear hierarchy for me. Cheryl and Alto deserve each other. Ranka was always too good for Alto, and the fact that he kept pushing her away and sometimes just ignoring her is all his own fault.
Not what I was going for, but
Right,
true
but I
nonetheless.
didn't want you to lay out how the fans think of Ranka before I gave out my Ranka was too good for him thing. So
Well, I always said that Ranka Alto Alto is protective of Ranka, right? But I always thought it was sort of big brother, little sister.
Well, again, no, Ranka's like trying to call him, and he like ignores her calls all the time.
Yeah.
And like you said, she's putting herself out there like all the characters didn't in STF Macross, and he like ignores her and then spends all of his time with Cheryl, who is obsessive about attention.
Yeah.
So like I said, Cheryl and Alto deserve each other, but in my eyes, Ranka is innocent but trying. She's too good for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying what the fans thought about.
It's divisive because of stuff that happens in these last 4 episodes, which I don't want to get into
Three of which
details.
we'll be watching today.
Yes, I don't want to get details. I don't want to spoil it. But also because of that same situation where people feel that the writers tried too hard to make her like her the innocent and the this and the that, right? Instead of being more organic, right? She's too naive, and it's like
she's literally been sheltered her whole life.
Yeah.
That's the definition of being innocent and naive.
So
literally, Ozma is like, you better fucking decide what you're gonna do with her before you fucking decide to try and break her life. I will shove this 6'7" boot up your ass. Literally, anyone who comes around her, you'd better not let her try and pursue her dreams and sing. It could destroy her. Literally, innocent.
Yeah. I mean, he has a reason for being overprotective. I'm not saying it's right.
Well, I mean, I think my primary theory has been he's her dad.
That's a theory.
Well, literally, he looks almost exactly like the guy in the image.
But why? Well, okay, so why would he hide it?
He was on the 117th Fleet, where her dad was too. Probably because she's got weird memory issues where she freaks out whenever she's presented with something that reminds her of the past. So maybe he's tried before. Hey, I'm your dad. Maybe try something else.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know. We're not at this part of the show yet. I just have mentioned before, dude in the picture, that's clearly the dad in the image, looks almost exactly like Ozma.
Yeah, that's a theory. What's your next point?
I didn't know we were. I thought we were still at something else. Felt like you were still saying something about the last one.
I said that's a theory. That's a thing.
Yeah, no, that wasn't a new thought. We were still talking about the Ranka stuff from before. I thought you.
No, I finished with that.
Oh, because it really felt like you were in the middle of a thing, and then we tangented a little bit, and then you were going to finish your thought.
No, it's
Okay. I honestly hate the position Ranka is in right now. It's been a long time since I was that age to feel that way about people. But as I said before, I totally sympathize with her I hate this statements. And then to have Alto show up just to say you need to sing to save everyone? Fuck that, Alto. This is your fault. If he hadn't kept leading Ranka on, she wouldn't have been so let down. The emotional drop, of course, summoning the Vajra in the first place. meaning Alto's relationship stupidity is why people are dying. Minor note, I guess he also saved the president, sort of, but people are dying. She's basically getting fifth elemented, sing to save everyone, but can't save everyone because she's despondent and doesn't know what love is.
Is he leading her on? I don't think so.
Yeah, because he's not answering him. If you're not being direct, it's your fault that misinterpretation is happening. Remember when I said before that he's not answering her phone calls and literally, he's painting a heart in the sky over her name with a thing over it, and then look at me, Cheryl. Like, you're writing another girl's name with a heart, and then that girl's singing love songs about you, and you're like, this will get that other girl's attention.
No, I think he's oblivious because literally Michelle is like, dude,
yeah,
wake
you
up.
understand oblivious people can lead people on too.
Yeah, but leading on, it seems like it's something that he's doing voluntarily, or
doesn't matter
like,
how he's doing it. I'm not describing how he's doing it. I'm saying he's doing it though.
Yeah, I don't.
Literally,
I wouldn't
the entire
characterize
show, he's been leading her on.
Yeah,
if he wasn't leading her on, she wouldn't have been pursuing him this whole time.
I mean, people. The thing is that people
she
can
sees
fill
that
in
there's
the
an
blanks.
opportunity there. If he was clear that there was no opportunity, she wouldn't have kept going.
Well, here's the thing. If you don't know, okay, if you literally are oblivious to someone else's feelings, as he seems to be,
you can't lead them on, as Michael indicated. Michael's like, get your shit together, man. Figure it out. Michael has indicated to him, you're leading these girls on.
And that I have to disagree. Because to me, leading on seems more of a proactive thing. Like, you're like, the other person has feelings for you, and you're just...
Disagree. You can be too stupid and lead somebody on. Which is what I'm calling Alto out on. Alto is a fucking idiot. And him and Cheryl deserve each other. Again, you can not know that you're leading somebody on and still be leading them on. Intent does not matter here. I'm not saying Alto is a womanizer and he's like Three's companying this out so that he can have like multiple dates at the same time and some weird shit. No, he is just an emotional idiot who doesn't recognize that he's hurting somebody at the cost of his own indecisiveness. And in that way, it's his fault that she is so despondent now that her singing is luring out the Vajra. And in that way, the harm that he has caused to Ranka is the reason why people are dying. And that's also the joke in there, is that the Vajra coming also saved the president from assassination in that one scene. So he saved the president by hurting a small little girl. And then ultimately, at the end of the day, did not save the president at all, though.
That was beyond his control no matter what, but yeah.
But yeah, my thought stands. Fuck you, Alto. This is your fault.
I think you're putting a little too much on Alto's shoulders.
Literally, I'm not. Her singing lures in the Vajra because she says it hurts. And the Vajra are about protecting her in that. And they go on a rampage and attack everyone around her because she's hurting. She's hurting because of Alto. I feel like these are indisputable facts right now, by the way.
Yes, but the fact that you're saying it's Alto's fault.
It is Alto's fault. She literally sees him and Cheryl after she's been singing a concert that Michael, by the way, has pointed out, hey, she's singing about you. Like, Michael indicates everything to him in that scene. And then he's up there with Cheryl, and she's like, wanders up, like, even the next episode starts with, sounds like her kicking the door open. She's so excited to see him. And then, oh my god, this fucking hurts, seeing these two together. And then she runs and stumbles down the stairs. And it's like, I hate Cheryl. This.
Yeah, but what's happened, also it's a miscommunication, because Cheryl is talking to Alto. Cheryl faints, and Alto does the thing that he doesn't go like, oh, sucks that you're so clumsy and dropping the floor, right?
Well, he actually catches her anyway, so
yeah. So he catches her, and he has no interest in her. It's like, yeah,
except that he's actually actively gone on dates with Cheryl, whereas he's done fuck all with Ranka. So
no, those dates was more that Cheryl was actually manipulating him because she wanted the
yeah, like I said, they deserve each other. He's a fucking idiot, and she's manipulative. It works out well for both of them.
Okay. I guess I can't dissuade you on that one.
No, you can't, because I think I'm right. Even you agree they went on dates. You're like, those dates. So you even use the
Yeah, but
terms.
it's you know.
I don't know. He seems to have been happy on the dates that they went on. Everyone
Oh,
else
indeed.
around him. Again, my point of a reference here is constantly Michael, because Michael was the one indicating to Alto literally everything that's been going on in his love life and how it's been affecting all the girls around him. So,
Well, the two of them anyway.
again, undisputable to me, all of these points of information are true.
Mm-hmm.
The reason Renka is hurting is because of Alto.
That's the part I don't buy into.
I mean, for me, this isn't even like flippancy or contrarianism. I find this to be a truth. Like, if I was reading a
I,
romance
I,
novel right now and I'm like, who is the wrong person in this triangle who's not actively acknowledging everyone's feelings, or, you know, Alto would be the problem. Alto is worse than Hikaru. Hikaru was actively disengaged to the point of not understanding what was going on in the love triangle. Alto is too stupid. I can't even put it into words my feelings on Alto in the moment, in that at least with Minmay and Misa,
Mhm.
one of them wasn't actively hurt by their pursuit of Hikaru.
I mean, Minmay went to him because she was seemed to have lost everything, and he was the only connection to the life she had
Right, a
before.
fallback.
Yeah, and Mita was hurting because it's like, what do I do with my future? Right? Do I pursue this or not? Because they actually went on a date, or no, actually, Hikaru was worse,
I don't think he
and
was worse. I
Hikaru
know what you're going for. That Hikaru actually skipped out on a date with
just to
Misa.
be with Minmay,
Yeah,
to be with Minmay, and then came back later. It's like, oh yeah, and then try to lie about it, like, oh, I just had some problems, and then of course she literally when he has the what's it called
here's the thing. I'm not going to agree with you that he was worse. I will say that they were both pieces of shit, though.
I would say Hikaru was a piece of shit there.
I think they're both pieces of
That's what
shit.
I
I just remember, though, I'm still pointing out that Alto is guilty of basically ghosting Renka. They didn't agree to go on a date or anything, but he's constantly getting messages from her and not responding. You could, if you wanted to be a real asshole about this, say no one is responsible or has any obligation to answer a phone call from anybody else. Sure, but you're supposed to be friends.
yeah,
So
well,
maybe when somebody like texted you 5 times at like 3 a.m., something might be wrong. You could at least try to answer.
yeah.
I would also point out this is your one and only opportunity to course correct me. I know you can't change my mind, but if you think it's gonna ruin the show, that this is my opinion of Alto going into the final 3, 4.
No, I don't think it's
Okay.
gonna ruin
I
it,
meant to say, because there's been plenty of times right near the end, I've come up with a thought in my head that changes my perspective on the entire ending of a show. And it's like, right now,
no.
I'm very like 100% on this whole Alto as an asshole thing. Or not an asshole, because again, he's not doing it on purpose. That's something I think we both agree on. There's no
Yeah,
intent behind hurting Renka, but the scenes, the evidence before me is that Renka is hurt, and it's
oh
because of
yeah.
Alto.
I think also
Sorry, go ahead. You actually, I thought.
I think part of it is also her lack of maturity. Everybody's maturity, but particularly hers. Right. This is the first time he's seen some. She's probably being in love and all that, and he doesn't know how to process that. If she was a little bit older, she'd be like, "Fuck this guy. He doesn't return my
Mentally
calls."
older.
Yeah,
Because again, we've
mentally
already
older.
covered the fact she's been sheltered because of the
Yeah,
essentially missing memory time.
yeah. And if she was more mature mentally, I think she would go like, "Oh, I called this guy. This guy's not coming. Fuck that guy." Okay, or would confront her and say, "Listen, what's up with you?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't know," and they would have a conversation that Misa, Minmay, and Hikaru, mostly Misa and Minmay, Hikaru
At
was
the
just
end of the
there.
series. Yeah, but what you're
Yeah, no,
describing now
seriously,
is more of a conversation that Cheryl would have.
yeah, with
Yeah, because unfortunately what Ranka is like that again, sheltered, like I was saying Valley Girl for some reason, because I'm trying to think of like a Little House on the Prairie sort of situation. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this is the first guy I've met from outside the town in like 17 years. Like, I am kind of infatuated, and doesn't have any experience dating somebody who's not like of immediate vicinity 100%
Yeah.
of the
Although
time.
she was even in a all girls school, right? She's not in a at 17 became into the co-ed situation at 17, right?
Yeah.
So
Like I
she
said, I
has
know, like,
no
as I said before, I do not blame Renka. 100% do not blame Renka for any of this. I think she earned my trust 100% when she turned around and said, "I hate this." And it's like, oh, I know that feeling. I'm 100% with you. You're in pain, and you're actually voicing the fact, I hate this. I want to die. It's like, that's me for real.
yeah.
I hate this. I want to die.
Something that Amuro didn't do, and you really hated him for it.
Something. Sorry, you said something Amuro didn't do, and I hated him
Didn't do,
for it.
yeah. Yeah, because when we had this similar discussion about, well, Amuro's having a PTSD moment, and you're like, yeah, I don't like it because he just doesn't
Oh, right.
vocalize.
As I was describing the, sorry, I feel like it has to be pointed out here. I was describing the difference between visual narrative and, because if we were writing a book, in the book we would describe what Ramuro's thinking or what he's feeling, and we'd get a whole sensory like response about the difficulties in dealing with like PTSD and how it's affecting him emotionally and the distance that he's feeling and what the thoughts going through his mind are. But anime is a visual medium and not a written one. So when he's just staring off into space doing nothing, that is nothing for me to understand anything. So I need something more visually sparking to understand what Amuro's going through. And to be fair, think about all of the SDF Macross real psychedelic scenes of like the dreamscapes and or Mobile Suit Gundam's LSD trips that we're taking with this whole new type stuff. We can explore the concepts of mental instability or issues of that nature in a visual way that don't involve just watching a kid stare off into space, which might be impactful for some people, but missed something for me. So when Renka is actually saying out loud the thing, that might be a miss for some people. Like, oh, she's just saying out loud what she feels. That's not very inspiring for a character to do. But at the same time, we live in a society where people just don't say what they feel all the time. They push it down and they repress. So I find it to be actually refreshing to have a character just saying what they feel.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like in the middle of a conversation, if we're talking, like, I don't like what you said. That makes me feel bad. They'd be like, the fuck did you just say? That was brutally honest of you, but I was felt real stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I mean, I don't know exactly where you're coming from with the pointing out the Amuro comment, but that is what
I'm saying.
That's my breakdown of those two things.
That's why I agree that I think one of the reasons I think you like Ranka in a situation, or just like that she's in the situation, but like how it's framed, is that he comes out and says it, right? He gets a clear indication. She's not simply, staring at the ceiling going like, she's like,
and it's also an element of era, right? This is like a 2007, 17-year-old girl. We're talking like Dawson's Creek era, where being emotionally outwardly expressive is more of the thing, versus a 70s boy, which is to say, repress your emotions, don't let anything out. They can't hurt you if they don't know. So, I mean, it's of its era. For all the people that got pulled out into space and die of exposure or whatever, we really should have figured out what we did to my boy Krindak and make it standard. Remember when he got tossed out into space and during his hand-to-hand fight with a Valkyrie and then just walked his way back into the ship to keep fighting?
Yeah.
Well, my boy's a badass.
The indication is that he just was made from tougher.
Are you saying he's made different?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is made different.
They literally said that in the show. Oh, he literally says to the other soldiers, some of us are made different. Some are made, and they're like, wow.
That's what I'm saying, though. We've been like, how many years now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have figured this out. We could have made everybody resistant to space by now. My boy did it. Wherever the fuck he went, pointing to him in the overlay, because remember, I'm drawn as him.
Yeah.
Again, my boy is I don't know, I guess Proto Devlin, Vajra, Krindek. He gets into a fight, hand-to-hand fight with Valkyries, gets hurled out into space, get back into the ship, continues the fight. Like, hold on,
And wins.
give me a second to catch my breath. Breaks a Valkyrie, keeps going.
And wins.
Yeah, well, he didn't win, they get away, or technically one of them uses the bathroom, which is SDM Macross, man. It's fun in some places anyway. Interesting crossover of reaction series stuff. Just before I rewatched these last Macross episodes to take my notes, I was live streaming my reactions to my solo stuff, which included Infinite Rivas. There is a mecha in that show that just got revealed called Vital Garter that can pull 20 Gs and the like, because the people manning it are doing it remotely, so there isn't anyone in there to be crushed by that many Gs. Well, in these episodes, Barara is shown to be able to control his Valkyrie remotely, like Gould did, but outside of the cockpit. So no wonder they reported on it doing stuff that no human could do. It didn't even have to be because he was a cyborg. He didn't even need to be there at all.
I mean, yeah, but if we're talking about this final scene, I think it's also more of, hey.
Well, not the final scene.
Come-
The final scene is him taking off with Renka.
yeah.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
a different. See, I don't remember what episode it was in. A different one where he is being told by Grace to do this, or I'm going to put you into force mode. And then you see him looking out at the SMS command place.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the Valkyrie takes up and flies without him because he's got the built-in thing that Gould had back in Macross Plus, except he's got it built into his head. He doesn't have to be wearing a helmet and do the meditation pose thing.
Yeah, but also again, jamming or interference, long distance. There has to be like
The Vajra don't jam.
Somebody else could though.
We're not having a hypothetical here about what the downsides are, because we've already had that. Because I've said this before about the possibility of this, and I don't remember what show, probably Macross 7. But we're not debating what could be and what the problems would be. I'm saying
that's not true.
This is
that is actually
happening.
Not true. The Vajra do jam.
Not from long distance.
The first thing that they did when they sent the ghost to intercept the Vajra, because that's the first thing they do. Is like, and you said, hey, they sent the ghost. They used the AI. Was that they couldn't? They jammed them and they could not hit anything.
The irony of what you're saying there is that the ghost wouldn't need to be jammed. The AI is in the ship, so
yeah,
it's literally the same as having the pilot in the cockpit. The AI is in the ship. It wouldn't need to be controlled remotely. So
yeah, no,
that makes no sense. But also, my point is that the Vajra isolate at worst. Well, no, the Vajra aren't even doing it. The spacefold thing isn't the Vajra doing it. That's just a weird thing space does now. By spacefold thing, I mean the weird irregularities and spacefold things.
Yeah.
That's not the Vajra. That's just the Vajra aren't affected by it because they just go through it apparently. So yeah, no, the Vajra don't jam.
Yeah, I think they do.
Well, they haven't yet. So
I think also they try to jam the communications from the galaxy.
Well, one, we have the current running theory that the galaxy isn't being jammed. That's they're fucking up to no good. In which case, they're not responding to our hails. Oh, they must be getting jammed. Or they're fucking not responding to our hails. But I'm just saying that no point have the Vajra jammed anybody else before. And it turns out all of our bad guys seem to be from the galaxy, so maybe they're not jamming the galaxy. But again, also the point that the space distortion things from fold distortions aren't the Vajra doing.
Right, yeah.
I'm wondering if Luca relayed a plan to whoever was in charge or to Leon directly. If he had a plan and he was sending it up the chain of command, that's one thing. But we know Luca's been talking to Leon constantly throughout the latter half of the series. plus that one scene where he met Grace, so he knows Grace too. So it's possible that he sent the plan directly to Leon, knowing that he'd be in charge now, implying that Luca may have known about the plan to assassinate President Glass.
Unless we end up having Luca being a heel face turn here, where he turns villain.
Well, I don't think he's ever turned heel. He has been doing, as he says himself, everything he can to protect her. You know, we had that like last episode where
And I say, yeah.
he indicates everything he's done has been to protect her, but he's been going off the deep end about it. So he's doing bad things for good reasons. It's not a full-on heel turn. That is just he is naively performing acts for the greater good.
Or so he thinks.
Well, nothing technically that he's done.
Well, murder. If he's part of the murder plot to
well, he's not part of the murder plot. I'm indicating that he might know about it.
And then why not tell Glass about it?
Because Glass got to get murdered. Wait, you mean Catherine or President?
The President.
Oh, well,
Catherine is Catherine.
Glass Catherine's last name is Glass.
It's Glass, yes. So, that's why I call it Catherine, because I don't want to confuse it with the President, which I call Glass.
You should have told Vegeta. Me, the planet, or my dad? Well, I don't know. Because if you're part of an assassination plot to kill the president, you probably rule number one is don't tell anybody.
Why would he be part of that plan? Why even tell him?
Because apparently, yes, again, he's taking actions to protect. What's her name?
Anna say.
Yeah.
But how will that protect her, though?
Well, clearly, I guess Leon would be a better protector of the fleet. I mean, it doesn't have to be true. The character just has to believe it.
Yeah.
Because remember, he was in the room with Leon when Leon introduces him to Catherine, to Grace.
Grace. But we don't know what was
he's in the loop on all this shit.
Well, but we don't know what was discussed. So.
Right. But, I mean, I think we can take some liberties in guessing that wouldn't be too far off the wall. You can't. You can't guess anymore. See, that's, again, we did that recording earlier about the new Gundam series. That's the benefit that I really enjoy when it comes to new Gundam stuff, is that everyone is on the same page. The front wave of knowledge is as far as it's going to get. So no one can show up and tell you you're wrong with 100% accuracy, because anybody could be right unless you're a fucking idiot making some off-the-wall throws. So, last episode, Luca had a full device bomb called Little Girl, obviously a play on Little Boy, one of the 2 nuclear bombs dropped during World War II. I guess also implying that the one Grace activated might have been Fat Woman.
Another term came into my mind, basically considering Grace, but I'm not going to go there.
Oh, because I was going, it's not over till the fat lady sings. But also, fat man, little boy. So we have one called Little Girl, so obviously Fat Woman.
Yeah.
I guess it could be Fat Lady, too. Yeah, which I guess would also have better implications. Well, because, it fits, right? It's an idol show. We have the interconnected gem network thing. Apparently, the Dimension Eater is a side research project from that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's not over till the fat lady sings. It's a show about singing. It's a bomb. Plays on many different levels.
Oh, yeah.
By many, I mean like 2 or 3 levels, but it plays.
Yeah.
All right, my last note here. So the attack on the 117th Fleet was due to Ranka singing, apparently, according to Grace, which I guess means that Ranka was hurting 11 years ago, and the Vajra came to her aid, as the Vajra are clearly affected by her mood when she sings. When she's happy or loving, her song pacifies them. When she's hurting, they attack everything around her and try to protect her. Grace was a member of that research team, so I guess they would have known all this from the start. But I guess Mal must not have survived, or didn't know Grace had done this research. It just seems unlikely that if she had lived and or known, she would have reported it. I think we are pretty clear that Ranshi died and or was transformed into a queen.
Never mind.
Never mind what?
No, just that name, Ranchi, is like, what? Who?
See, they're running on the same naming convention that I use.
Mhm.
Ractus.
Ranchi?
Yeah, Ractus. Sorry, there was a naming play that I used to joke about that if I was going to rename stuff, like, it's not racked me, it's racked us. You know, that sort of thing. Well, we have Ranka, and then we have Ran Shi. It's RAN, and then we change the back half. Well, what would Ranka's mom be? Well, we've got Ranka, so Ranka's mom would be a woman, right? So it should be Ran Shi.
Sure. Okay.
I mean, I didn't have to think who Ranka's mom's name was, so clearly I'm in the headspace for it.
Yeah, I didn't. That's the thing. I just did. It didn't click with me.
I mean, it should have, I think, because it's pretty easy. The three scientists on the panel from the 117th Fleet,
Mao,
Grace, and then who else is left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has to be Ran Shi. So the only person remaining, has to be Ranka's mom. Because if there's any doubt in your mind, just remember she's always wearing a scientist jacket.
Yeah.
Lab coat, some might call it.
So, what's your next note?
Literally said that was my last note.
Okay.
I was waiting for input, but all you had was, I can't remember a name.
No, because you said that, and I was like, I blanked out. I was like, oh, you said Mao's mom. I was like, oh, okay, but you said Ranchi. I'm like, what the hell?
I can't wait for this all to turn into the virus thing again, where I've read all my thoughts and you don't remember a thing I said. Oh, can't wait for the 20-minute, hey, did you just see this thing? Or you mean the thing I talked about 5 episodes ago?
So that's it?
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it.
Yeah.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Liar. You literally have a control torture device with him, so you have constant communication with him.
It's not looking good, sir.
局の話では現状の戦時統制モードでももって3ヶ月その間に何らかの根本的な解決策が見出されない限りこのフロンティアは3ヶ月それだけあれば十分だ
I mean, it's not great that you, sacrificed Island 3, which was the most stable island of all of them.
Yeah.
せいぜいその椅子の座り心地を楽しむといいわ
It's about to get Cold War up in this shit. Which is to say, a lot of the Soviet-era politicians did not last long in their positions.
And I know you can't really hear this song, but this is my top one.
It's the same song from the last 3 episodes. I've heard it when I was doing the rewatch to take notes.
I still love this song.
Yeah, it's good now. It's a good song. Not my top 10. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
No, my top 10 is probably filled with Macross 7 songs.
This is my top 1 Macross song. And probably top 10
Well, here's the
anime
thing.
songs.
I was thinking that maybe when we're done the main Macross line, when we're doing our character rankings and, I guess, episode rankings for Macross Delta, to maybe come up with, top 5 songs from the entire series, Macross 0 to Macross Delta.
If it's just top 5, it will be tough too, because there's a lot of good music that I like.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing, is you've got to make it tough. It's the same thing when I was telling Henry, what my top 5 anime are. It's like, well...
Yeah, that's a little bit of Evangelion there, by the way. Yeah, yes, we've seen it before, her melting into the ground.
Yeah, I think we already said it was Evangelion back when we saw it before, too.
Yeah.
Because I think we compared it to... Oh God, what is it fucking called? Human
I never even
instrumentality.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, at the very end, where all humankind merges itself into a pool of red. Are we going to imply that the nuns are good at their job again?
The implication I think is that Alto is the one.
Well, no, the sides of these jets say nuns. They're not
Yeah, I know.
SMS.
Yeah, I don't think Alto is still working with the SMS.
I mean, that one's SMS. But they were indicating that the nuns had new Valkyries. That or the nuns have the same Valkyries the SMS are using now.
使えそうだな、新型の弾頭は。この MDE 弾はバジラの死骸から抽出したフォールド鉱石の微粒子を使用してますから。
What is a fold particle
もっ
exactly?
と早く完成していれば。七瀬の具合はまだ目が覚めません。でもしばらくはこのままの方が。
Our blood pressure's doing well.
何？
Might be a little bit low, actually. I don't know. My blood pressure is super high all the time. So. 122 over 78, though.
ランカさんは僕らを裏切ってバジラを逃がすために行ってしまったなんて。簡単な話さ。七瀬が目覚める前に型をつけてあいつを連れ戻せばいい。勝ちましょう、バジラに。ああ。
Yeah, this is the sentiment that'll bring Renka back, I'm sure.
聞いたあの噂。もう私宇宙工学の勉強したくてここに入ったのに、なんだか泥沼にはまってる気がするわ。
泥沼なのはフロンティア全部です。
はあ、なんか明るい話は。最近またよく聞くようになったよね。
でも前となんだか違う感じがします。
うん、今の方が好きかな、私。
What, loud singer Cheryl?
いい歌だな。
ああ。主任、ホールド波形の。
Yeah, it's a fold signature, alright. Recognize that anywhere. Or is this the scientist just now recognizing her earring? Is
I thought they killed all those. I guess they didn't get everyone. Hey, does that remind you of anything?
I can't wait for the tiny refrigerators. Platonic love, remember? Platonic.
Yeah, yeah.
悪いわね。私のわがままに付き合わせ。
Oh, now, wow, talk about she leaves and Grace abandons, so she's now working with him.
Well, remember, Grace abandoned her for many reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
ありがとう。
三島大統領の命でお迎えに上がりました。
もっと早く素直になっておけばよかった。私もあいつも。でもずっと踏み出せないままだった。
クラン。
お前には私たちのようになってほしくないんだ。セリルのことだ。
暗殺だと。はい。首謀者は三島です。
私も同意見です。証拠となるデータは
It's also hard to be really angry at Cheryl. She's fucking dying. So
Yeah. It's not really her fault.
well, her manipulations were entirely her fault when it comes to the love scenario. I mean, not the dying part.
これをランカからだ。悪いが読ませてもらった。かなり記憶を取り戻したらしい。それを11年前の真実を確かめに行くと書いてある。
そうか。選んだんだな。自分の道を。君らに言っておかなければならないことがある。
I'm in love with one of the bridge bunnies.
SMS のオーナーであるビルラー氏から内々に連絡があった。SMS は解体され、新統合軍に編入されることになると。
But effectively, you're the same thing already.
我々も決めねばならんな。自らの行く末を。
I mean, he can't go back because he's being, he's being hunted by the president.
V 型感染症に罹患し、以後ずっとキャリアとして過ごしてきた。そうですね。
らしいわね。
V 型感染症はある細菌。今ではバジラの体液中のものと分かっていますが、それに感染することで発症する。血液、体液感染型なので罹患率は低いですし、ごく初期ならばバジラから作られる血清で治療できる。ですが、その時期を過ぎると細菌は脳に定着し、ある種の毒素を作り始める。そうなったらもう手の施し。
I knew she was toxic.
楽しい？お前は死ぬんだってわざわざ難しい言葉で説明するの。
でもその状態になったからこそ初めて可能になることがあるんです。
Can't wait to read what this new version of Adobe's gonna be able to do.
声は微弱なホールド波を発しています。そう、我々を裏切った彼女ランカリーと同じように。
ランカさんほど強力ではありませんが、おそらくそのイヤリング、フォールドクォーツでできたそのイヤリングが増幅してくれたんでしょう。
じゃあランカちゃんもまさか。
いいえ、彼女の力の由来は不明です。でもあなたにも同じことができる。それは間違いありません。
I mean,
歌ってくれますね。
I guess technically the crystal does come from a dead Vajra, so.
Cheryl! おい、シェリル! 送信したか。
間違ってないわよね、私たち。
俺たちの本当の敵が何なのか。
I think it's odd that she keeps choosing to wear her military uniform.
Well, they were on the run, so.
Yeah, well, no, that's what I'm saying. You'd want to not be identifiable. Leon killed President Glass. I don't have time to read the news.
もういいのか。
もう歌わないなんて言ってたのにね。呆れた。でもやっぱり私には歌
I think she doesn't have her own place to live anymore, huh?
それに気づかせてくれたのはあるとよ。一応お礼言っとかな
I
きゃ。
mean, remember, she was living in a hotel because she was, visiting here on tour, so.
もういい。もういいんだ、シェリル。
聞いたのね。そっか。あんたにだけは知られたくなかったの。なんでだろう。病気のことが分かったとき、 真っ先にそう思ったの。
もういい。もう無理して笑わなくていい。歌わなくていいんだ。シェリル。
嫌よ。私は歌うわ。
シェリル。
私にはもう歌しかないの。それだけが私の生きた証なのよ。
Didn't really. It's kind of fucked up. Well, she was gonna stop singing, and then he convinced her to sing again.
Yeah.
And now he's like, "You really don't have to sing anymore." It's like,
Oh, because he didn't know that she was dying.
that doesn't matter. The idea is that you're like fucking with her emotions. Goddamn Alto. That's all he does.
俺がいてやる。お前が歌うなら、その最後の瞬間まで俺はお前のそばにいる。
He's being supportive.
ハルト、私に勇気をちょうだい。ずっと歌い続ける勇気を。
Yeah, like I said, these two deserve each other.
子守歌が聞こえる。すごいね、宇宙って。
The star just flying by in the background.
吸い込まれそう。
Yeah.
大丈夫だよ。なんかね、すごく嬉しくて、でも切なくて、そんな気持ちになっただけ。
進路は決まったか？
うん。アイくんのふるさと、もうすぐだって。行こう、ブレラさん。
So they are communicating.
この広大な宇宙、我々は旅してきました。フロンティア、新天地を目指し、夢を抱いて。だが、
Manifest
それ
destiny.
が今ついえようとしています。我々の前に立ちはだかる敵、バジラによって。
It didn't really apply. Your one immigration ship.
なぜ我々の夢を潰そうとするのか。
邪魔だからよ、単に。
閣下からの伝言です。銀河の支配者は一人で十分と。
同感よ。
I legit don't care about losing another body.
Yeah.
我々はただ生き延びた
At this point, I would have built like a bomb
この銀河の
in my own body. Like, fuck you. Boom,
宇宙
boom.
の星がある。そう信じて旅をしていただけだ。なのになぜ？
Yeah, ham it up, Kieran.
バジラは滅ぼされなければならない。今、私は第5代フロンティア大統領として誓い
The
ます。
fifth president.
この聖戦に勝つと、人類の未来のために。
嫌な空気。どれだけ集まった？ 7 割ってとこですね。艦の運航には問題ありません。
物好きが多いな。
文字通り乗りかかった船ですから。私はこの
I'm actually a fan of the sexual abuse.
艦長の間違いじゃないんですか？
もうな。
There you go.
図星ですね。
あなたたち。
将軍。
正義を気取るつもりはない。だが我々はただ上の命令にのみ従うことを良しとせず、自ら選択の余地のあるこの SMS に入ったはずだ。カナリア、お前はいいのか？エリーのことは。
見極めるためだ。何が彼の未来のために。
Also not great at putting magnets on your control panel.
我々は現時刻をもって兵隊から海賊へくら替えする。
最初の獲物はこの船だ。行くぞ野郎ども。
Come on, brother boy. All your hopes and dreams.
どっかが起動している。
許可は出てないぞ。
マクロスクォーター応答してください。マクロスクォーター指令。
I mean, you better hope you're pretty quick about it because they've got the frontier battle thing.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure is at least 4 times as big as you.
Yeah.
I have it on good
大
authority.
統領の就任を記念して素敵なゲストが駆けつけてくださいました。ではこの方にお祝いの歌をお願いしたいと思います。
やはり動き出しました。有罪確定か。じゃあ予定通りに。
銀河の妖精ミス・シェリル・ノーム。
Now for my new #1 hit single, Leon killed President Glass.
Yeah.
相手はどこの部隊だ。
第4中隊よ。待ってください。これはスカル3と4の IFF が。
大統領命令によりあなた方に警告します。直ちに艦を戻してください。発進許可は出ていません。
悪いができんな。
どうしてこんな。僕らの敵はバジラですよ。なのに。
It's not great that your communications window has the code on the side telling you the shape of the window.
そんな間に合わせの改造をした機体で俺に勝てるつもりならな。
残念です。少佐。
So is this a double bluff or is Luca actually choosing the other side?
Pretty real to me.
なんでだよ。どうしてあんたは。
You got the message. We saw you read it.
ちゃんと答えろよ。
気に食わんトップのために血を流すのは趣味じゃなくてな。
俺の大事な女たちを守るにはこれがベストなやり方なのさ。待って。それが大人の言うことかよ。
So I'll kill you. What? Again, it's for this reason why I feel like this is a play. Like, they're pretending to be serious so they can all appear to be dead later. Tracking device? I'm just honestly lost on why this is even necessary. Yeah. Luca, I can understand because that was a question in my mind. What the fuck is Alto doing?
I think he's trying to protect Cheryl. And feels like rank up. Wait, well.
These are just going to fall back on the previously aligned statement. Fuck Alto. And the weird
live action, yeah,
pseudo real outro.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, I also looked up Northern Cross because I thought, oh, is this an allusion to Southern Cross somehow?
Yeah.
No, not really. Unless you want to believe that the Vajra origin has something to do with Southern Cross.
No, I don't. That I can tell you that no.
I'm not asking you to tell me, though. I'm just saying that if you want to theory craft some shit, it's not impossible to do. Oh, the furry planet.
ついにたどり着いたわね。
ええ。バジュラの真の女王の住まう星。私たちの宝島に。
And it gets me so hot.
I guess so. Yeah.
蘇る蘭華の記憶。明かされた謎の前に、アルトが下す最後の決断とは。次回、トゥルービギン。定めの歌、銀河に響け。
Okay. I am surprised that Grace survived. I just assume she get destroyed, wind up in a different body, and then keep going.
Maybe she got tired of sacrificing bodies, decided this time around she's just going to kill everybody, send a message. You can't hurt me.
Well, I mean, you know.
Also, she might not have a spare body on the frontier. She should have a couple of spare bodies. It might take some time.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. Just fold to wherever we need to go.
Also, I think she really likes that body a lot.
It's the same reason. It's the same body. It's always the same body.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's an episode. You know, Alto, because I did remember that there was going to be division where Alto stayed with the military and SMS was going to go their own way. I just didn't remember exactly how it was going down. And again, the problem is I also have memories of the movies and how this part in the movies is significantly different. So I'm like, am I misremembering this? So that's kind of the problem as well. But there you go. But I think what happened is that Alto is trying to protect Cheryl and protect the galaxy. What you said about Luca, I think also applies to Alto as well. He's conflicted, but he's thinking, these are the people that can help Cheryl. This is my home. I'm going to protect it. You know, I don't know, the message actually says that the current president actually murdered Glass, because they mentioned, we lost all the data, right? So it might have just been, and not everybody joined, about 70% of the crew joined. So it's like, what exactly did they say in that message? We don't know, right? And we see Alto gets the message, but doesn't read it. He just looks at it. You know, he looks like he's getting a message, but he's like, Cheryl.
No, he reads it later.
About you. When?
There's a scene where he reads it. He has like a shocked face.
I missed that part.
Yeah, no, it happens after. So I make the joke that he doesn't read it, and he goes to Cheryl, but he reads it later. I don't know. I expected him to take Cheryl and go to the ship.
But he didn't.
No.
Maybe he doesn't want to expose it to danger as well. Right?
Or he's an idiot.
Oh, yeah, that's also a possibility.
Don't attribute to malice that which can be explained through stupidity, or whatever the saying goes.
Yeah, but of course we know that Grace was lying to Leon, saying, "Oh no, he went rogue." Of course not. You have complete control of that idiot. So why would you not know?
I don't remember what you're talking about.
In the beginning, there's a phone call between Leon and Grace. And Grace is explaining, I didn't know that he was going to go rogue.
I thought you were talking about Luca. I thought Grace and talk about Luca, because we were talking about Luca before. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think, that's also why Leon sent the hit squad to try to kill Grace, saying, I have no need for you anymore, so.
Which seems weird, because. Because Leon, I feel like, is playing this more for the resources that Grace has. Again, the galaxy, the crystals, all of that shit.
Yeah, but also remember that he wants Ranka as well as the weapon, right? And when Ranka leaves, he has nothing, and maybe barely he has Cheryl that can do the same. Because the thing is, they're using Ranka to destabilize the Varjo in order to defeat them. You know, similar to Min May, right? Destabilizing the Centrati so that they're in days and can be defeated. So the idea is, we lost Ranka. Eventually, the Varjo will adapt to the new weapons, and we don't have that edge from Ranka. So, now it's gone. Or maybe he didn't believe Grace when he said that he defected. Like, this she's lying to me, right? It's too convenient that the force that came from the galaxy, which he knows Grace is from, all of a sudden abducted the one weapon, the one thing that we had, and left. Right? And he's like, "No, you made your move.
I don't know. It
I
just
made
doesn't
my
make
move."
any sense to me. Is all I'm saying.
Also, I think he's the kind of egotistical bastard that wouldn't want to share power, right? It's like,
but he's not though. Grace has always been a behind the scenes kind of person.
Yeah, but he feels that he's too much of a liability to him at this point, right? He's gotten what he wants. He got power aboard the Frontier. He doesn't need her anymore, so he tries to get rid of her.
It just seems like an unnecessary move, is all I'm saying.
And also probably knows her about her hacking abilities as well. So it's like, yeah, too risky moving forward.
Literally, I would imagine that the records are gone because of her hacking abilities.
Which probably raised suspicions on him. So he's like, yeah, I need to get rid of her. Otherwise, she might do something. He knows that she has him, right? Which are illegal, of course, in the Frontier. So it's like, yeah, no.
Again, though, he didn't arrest her. He had her killed.
Oh, he doesn't. I mean, he's a dictator. He doesn't care about. I mean, he had Glass killed. Why arrest her? Just get rid of her.
It doesn't make sense. If you think she's got all these abilities, then yeah, maybe she's going to out you if you try to kill her.
Oh, if you try to arrest her, she's always going to try to out you. So
I didn't say to arrest her. You were talking about arresting her, and I'm just indicating that he didn't do that.
Okay, I don't want to say this, but this might turn into another blooper reel where you said arrest, and then now you didn't say arrest.
What? No, I'm said you said arrest, so I brought up arresting her.
No, I didn't say arrest. I said kill her. I wasn't even telling about killing her.
No, I'm pretty sure you mentioned something about arresting her, and then I was like, well, he didn't arrest her, though. So, like, I don't know. You were talking like possibilities or something like that. Like if he had arrested her, this and this kind of thing. And I was like, but he didn't arrest her, though. I wasn't like he should have arrested her. I was just responding to what you were saying. Like he didn't arrest her.
Yeah, just killing her outright would just...
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the same route as it. If you think she's like a technological... I'm sorry, I was choking there. If you think she's a technological... Now I just can't pronounce words. If you think that she's a technological genius, then the idea of her like planting this information to be released if she dies has to be on your mind somewhere. It's just as easy of... I could like put a video online on YouTube right now. Like, if this message goes out, I've been killed by Lessons, right? And all I have to do is keep changing the release date to tomorrow. So if I don't change the release date, like if you kill me, then it'll automatically go live tomorrow, and you won't know it exists because it's hidden amongst 1,000 different YouTube videos on the channel, right? And that's fucking something I could easily do. You figure she's a genius. She could hide this thing anywhere. You don't think Leon would have to worry about that kind of shit?
No, I don't think he's worrying about her outing him. It's more of she's too much of a liability in the sense of things that she could do to him physically, perhaps, or...
if you're worried about what she could physically do to him, I think the fact that all your guards are dead is an indication that, hey, she could physically do something to me.
That happened after he sent him to kill him.
No, I'm indicating that you're saying if he's afraid of what she could physically do to him, the indication that you just tried to step to her and she killed all of your men is the indication of, or the confirmation that, yeah, she's a physical threat. And now you've made it. She might not have been a threat before. She certainly is now.
Well, she's always a threat. She was always a threat. Just that, again, she hadn't exercised that ability.
Well, no, because she was a threat to others, not to you.
Yeah, and remember what he said. There can only be 2 kings. She says, "Yes, I agree." Like the way I think he sees this was that he could try to depose him at any moment, or he had to share power with him. And his ego was, I'm not going to do that. So, boom. Because at the same time, well, I guess he did call off the marriage. I guess he wasn't going for the I'm going to force you to marry me kind of plot line. Yeah, he doesn't want to share, period. Because marrying the daughter of the former president would have given him a better standing in the fleet. I don't know, maybe. But I don't think he was going to pull a Yuna here.
Sorry, I'm still thinking every time you say Yuna, I think Yuna Leska from Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Yuna from Destiny Seed Destiny.
Although, as the comments have suggested, he would have gained nothing by marrying her.
Yeah. No, I think in Destiny it's here. I don't think he would have gained much, but in Destiny,
no,
they
again,
clearly said
the comments have suggested that Yuna already, or I guess I can't remember their last names, already controls everything. Like they've got her locked down in the house. Like they've got authority over. He doesn't actually need her to be married to him.
Yeah, but I think it's always was about her, who she represented as a symbol, right? That's what he wanted, not really her, but what she represented, and that's the issue. But that's an entirely different series. Which
but that's
I
a
watched.
Story for another time.
Another day, I am. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for this episode. Well, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stone-Faced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?